Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. And yes, I know you guys saw that Palisade on the background, but I have a multiple of videos on that car. Interior, exterior, walk around, POV, test drive, you name it. But I'm here to meet 2026 Hyundai INSTER Cross. As you saw from the thumbnail. Just so you know, the name here in Korea is called Casper Electric. There is the donor car of this, which is called Casper, that came out as an ICE model, internal combustion engine, came in both turbo and NA. I have videos on that car too, so feel free to check it out. But once again, it is called Casper Electric here in Korea. It is the INSTER for rest of the world and European markets, but it is that cross version. And let me show you all about it, exterior, interior, and as soon as the test drive becomes available, I will show it all to you. Your number one source of KTM, Genesis, Hyundai, Kia cars. Let's go. This design, the look, we've seen it before. However, the color is definitely something new that we haven't seen before. It's called Amazonas Green Matte. I will include the precise name on the screen right now. This matte color looks amazing on this INSTER. When I first met the INSTER, I actually chose the Aero Silver Matte to be my personal favorite color too. But this INSTER is just killing it with the matte color. I mean, props to Hyundai. They came up with an amazing color in the first place. The design wise, nothing much has changed, but if you are an INSTER fan, you guys would probably be definitely noticing the upgrades and changes made on this cross model. The pixel lights here, same thing. The DRL, same thing, but front bumper and design, certainly changes have been made. A lot of design you'll see inside out throughout the car will be rugged design, the off-roading design. This middle part of the front bumper is now finished in high gloss piano black, unlike the original INSTERs where it was somewhat transparent in the middle. However, finished in piano black. Same thing, push type charging ports. Pull this guy out for the regular charging, and this one below for the fast charging. If it's automated, the more high-tech there is, it would certainly be nice, but you can only ask so much. But love the fact that there is the LED lighting for the late night charging. That should come standard in all EV cars, I would say. So close it up, just flush. Looks nice with the gloss finish. And this is the bottom, the active air flap that will open and close accordingly, all automatically according to the atmosphere and environment around the car. And I think that is the smallest and the tiniest Hyundai logo thus far from the Hyundai cars. It's actually sitting under the panel inside this plastic piece. So more pixels. The DRLs, uniquely INSTER indeed. And it is the wheels and tires that draws a lot of attention from people. And you're not wrong if you think this is bigger than the original INSTER, because this one is a 17-inch wheel compared to the 15-inch that we used to see on INSTERs. So you can see it's an all-season tire from Nexen with the sizes of 205, 45, and 17-inch wheel. 17s are not a big size by any means, because I mean, the Palisades we see over there, they come with 21-inch wheels nowadays. So what? It is smaller by 4 inches. However, INSTER Cross gets 2 inches larger from the original 15-inch, and that 2 inches make a big difference when it comes to small micro car like this INSTER. Unlike the front, the cladding and the side profile is actually the plastic. It is the same thing that we've seen from the original INSTER, but do you see something different here? The side skirts. That actually is the INSTER Cross specific side skirts. It definitely gives that more robust and rugged look, which really suits with the INSTER Cross very well, I would say. Pillars in the middle, the combinations and finishes around the car, it is identical from the original first INSTER. But let's go around and show you the rear. It kind of gives me that over fender look and vibe, which was my favorite from the first INSTER I met. That inlet that we saw from the front bumper is continued on the rear. That is for the reverse lights and the turn signals and reflectors on the rear. The pixelated lights at the back of the car is definitely uniquely INSTER. It is iconic, very cute, and fits the car very well, I would say. Although the car being the smallest, tiniest car that has the LED license plate, which I really like. And because I can, let's check what's underneath this INSTER Cross. No crazy undercover, so it kind of is showing you, suggesting that the car is not fully meant to be taken off-road. However, it's got the look and the style. I love it. This is the roof basket. It is self-explanatory. You can place your two-lay, other camping outdoor gears on top. Just strap in there real good. It's really sturdy and firm, of course. And the car being a genuine accessory, everything fits perfectly. I'm pretty sure the team had worked a lot on that shark antenna so that it doesn't interfere with one another. Super sturdy and firm, and really like the fact that it is completely attached to this rail that was originally provided. So the same thing, extra support in the middle and some more on the front. You see there is the wind deflector up on the front, so it will actually cover and deviate the air striking front of this vehicle when INSTER is running on high speed, such as highway drives and so forth. Not only does it interfere with the battery efficiency because there is more drag created resistance by that portion, but that design, the wind deflector, makes a huge difference in terms of the battery efficiency. Those of you who has driven a convertible, you guys would know exactly what that is, the difference between the wind deflector versus not. And also this front part of the roof basket design, it is at an angle, therefore it is going to be more CD, coefficient of drag friendly. However, there definitely is a downside of having this roof rack on top. It's not going to help the battery efficiency at all, but it looks good. It is going to be very practical for those people who actually need and will be making a good use of this INSTER Cross. Again, you can always go with the regular INSTER if that is not what you're looking for, but if this design and setup is what you have in mind, you certainly want to go with this INSTER Cross because it comes like this from the factory, and nothing, no aftermarket can beat the OEM products from the manufacturer. Well, that is not made and built by Hyundai, but Hyundai works closely with a lot of aftermarket part makers here in Korea, and this is one of them. It is a part of the Hyundai genuine accessory. You can check it all out on the website. Let's check out the interior of INSTER Cross. Getting inside the driver's seat, and I can easily slide the seat to adjust the seating position. And well, it's got some LED lightings here. It's not the halogen. It's all manual, nothing motorized. However, you can quickly adjust the seat, and that's also the same case for the shotgun as well as the second row seats. If it's automated, the more luxurious the car will be. However, thanks to this manual mode, what you can do is you can easily and quickly slide the seats back and forth, as you can see, and also fold the passenger seat just like this, and it will go into this 90-degree fold mode, so you can sit on the second row seat, stretch your legs out, and get the ultimate relaxation inside the cabin as well. Just so you know, you can also swap this part out using the genuine accessory, so pry this out and you can include the INSTER character. And that's also the same case for this as well. It literally is a screw, so you can unscrew this and swap this part out and decorate it up with different colors, patterns, you name it. Also the same case for the second row seat as well. The car being micro, tiny, small EV SUV, I can actually show you the whole car sitting in the driver's seat, just like so. And I also did bring this car on a long distance drive, so I did clock the real world mileage of this car as well, so feel free to check that out on the channel. And this infotainment system, just so you know, it is 10.25-inch monitor. It is not the latest CCNC from Hyundai Motor Group, which is connected car navigation cockpit that composes of two 12.3-inch monitors right and left. However, it is the good old, the early generation 10.25-inch monitors. And big props to this. Every time I see this, I absolutely love and praise about it. It was actually this Casper. Once again, Casper is the domestic name for this model. The donor car, or the original car of this INSTER, was originally ICE, internal combustion engine. And that was the car that had this shelf for the first time ever from Hyundai Motor Group, which then was later carried over to Tucson, Santa Fe, and even Palisade now. It's not as big as this. However, although it's very tiny, it's much better than not having it. 2 thumbs up for this. This is really practical in real world. You can easily throw your smartphone, and for ladies, you can put your purse, lipsticks, you name it. It comes in, it is very practical. And good old drop-down glove box gets the job done. You won't really see that many things automated in this car. But I love this neon color. It is very similar to the neon color that I have seen from Kia series, the GT lines and GTs. Not sure if Kia would appreciate that, but it is the vibe that I get. It is bright, love the color, and also the neon stitch around the headrest and the seat, and of course carried over to the second row seat as well. 2-tone seat combination. I see more neon accents right over here. Same thing for this middle seat and middle portion as well. The good old cup holders, and you can easily fit your smartphone right inside here. And this armrest gets the job done super quick and easy. Everything is manual, mechanical. However, I really like the fact that everything can be done in a split seconds, as you can see. However, despite all that, I mean, I've been criticizing things being manual. Do not forget what this car is. It is the smallest, tiniest, and micro EV SUV from Hyundai, but it gets all the goodies like heated seats and ventilated seats, which you don't see on this segment of a vehicle unless it's a Hyundai Korean car, right? There is also wireless smartphone charging pad in the middle. The best part of it all throughout the entire car inside out, I dare to say, is that V2L. Do not forget, this Inster is fully electric vehicle. Therefore, you'll be able to use the battery, the power source inside out using the V2L vehicle to load adapter on the outside. I don't want to miss this details, what my channel is about. The USB A type and 12 volt system in the middle, with the C-type charging port on the far right. Very easy, direct and intuitive AC vents. And the car being in full EV, it has 4 dots in the middle, which is also interactive pixelated lights, meaning if you hit on this, it's going to light up, change the colors. And not just that, if you change the drive mode, it will also change the color accordingly. Hence the name interactive pixelated lights. It has the 4 dots in the middle. That is the Morse code for letter H, H for Hyundai. It is a square instead of a circle because that is the identity of Hyundai EV, just so you know. So you'll see pixels on this Inster, you see pixels on Kona, and of course do not forget about the Ioniq. All the Ioniq series has pixels inside out. Inster is no exception. Rest of it, the steering wheel, the buttons, and the column type shifter, I love that too because thanks to this column type shifter, Hyundai is able to provide you more space inside, allowing such sliding seats and no center tunnel in the middle. There's a bit of hump in the middle. I believe that is derived from the donor car being the internal combustion engine. However, there is no crazy hump unlike the other ICE cars. Again, before I repeat too much of what I have already said in my previous Inster video, I would appreciate if you could refer to that for more details about the car. But let me zoom in on the second row seat trunk because I cannot afford to miss it. It does look pretty much identical. However, I am sure you guys want to know more about it. So let me show it to you. Let's go. The same thing, the visors and LED lights. That is actually the protective film, as you can see. And so there we go. Nothing blue, the protective film's gone. LED lighting just like so. And also the visor extends out just like that. And this car is without the sunroof because you cannot get it if you have the roof basket on top of the roof. And all self-explanatory buttons and features. The speakers does not come with the Bose, unfortunately. Also self-explanatory buttons here. VDC off, heated steering wheel, wow, on Inster. EPB, electronically controlled parking brake, and that is to pop the trunk, the foot brake, and the accelerator. No more gas pedal, accelerator. And the telescopic here, it's all manual, but you can adjust the steering wheel to your needs, pull it out, and up and down, just like so. So let's check out the second row seat. The same thing we've seen from other Insters, of course. This cute little Inster face And pretty much the same thing for the second row seat too, self-explanatory. However, it does not come with dual acoustic glass, just like it was with the first Inster. And we see more of this neon stitch on the back of the car. And look at this flat bench seat on the second row seat. That is also the same thing when you do fold the first row seats. Of course, it's going to have something missing in the middle, but it certainly would get the job done. You can flatten the first row seats out and have the entire space to yourself. Just sit on the second row seat, stretch your legs out. You can work on your laptop. Thanks to the V2L inside, you can actually spend some quality time inside the car, no problem. Same thing, you can swap this out, and this cutout is for you to keep your seat belt like that so it doesn't dangle around and hit the plastic part, making all that rattling noise. So make a good use of that, and you can fold the seat and control the incline and decline of the second row seat using this button right here, the lever, and it's also going to get locked just like that, sturdy and firm, locked in real good. And brilliant idea by Hyundai, because there's a gap between the trunk part and the second row seat, but this cover attached on the second row seat, it will move back and forth on its own and will always cover up for that part. And this is composed of a hard plastic. It does work as a good support. And although super tiny, there is the luggage screen, which I will show you momentarily. And when you have the seats upright, you can connect these two right behind the headrest. That way you will have the screen luggage, and items inside the trunk cannot be seen from the outside thanks to this luggage screen cover. It really is an important thing. Rear wiper is right there. So pull it back up using that lever, just like so. So level of inclination and declination you can get. So that is locked at a first angle, and push it all the way back for that much. So this is how much space I can actually get on the second row seat. And I actually did spend some time on the second row seat using my laptop, working inside the car. I did spend literally hours inside this car, and I had no issue with that whatsoever. It is a tiny car, but you certainly can do the things that you can with other EVs, such as working away from your office, working inside your vehicle on the go. And I'm not making this up. There are people who actually are enjoying this EV life that way. They can be wherever they want to be. They can simply park the car, charge up the car, and work inside the vehicle meanwhile as the car gets charged up. And that certainly is, I would say, is a big advantage that EVs have over ICE cars. All right, so let's go check out the trunk. There is no lying about the car size being in terms of the physical size. However, Hyundai has done a great job coming up with the spacious interior like I have shown you. And you can also do the same on the first row seat as well. You don't have to get stuck on the second row seat only, but you can do all this on the first row seats even. So let's go check out the trunk. The trunk is right here. And when you pop the trunk, that light lights up, notifying vehicles coming from behind that there is Inster up ahead, extra safety for you and for other people on the roads as well. Tiny LED lighting for the luggage compartment. And this is the cover that I told you about, which will slide forward and back together with the second row seat. And look at the level of inclination, declination that this car has gotten. You see where the lid is? Pull this guy up. It actually is quite deep. So that was the level that the trunk lid, the trunk cover had, and it goes down that much. It's super deep. You can certainly make a good use of this for sure. And there are two cutouts here and here, so you can easily close the trunk like that. As you can see, when the trunk is closed, those lights will come back up and that one goes away. All right, that's it for today's video, going over and meeting Inster Cross in person. Tell me in the comment below, this is the car you're looking for from the Inster, because it certainly is one of a kind, something that we haven't seen before on this segment and this size of a vehicle. I mean, just look at this, right? The tiny trunk, but trust me, it is not tiny whatsoever inside. The brand new design, the color-wise, the bumper, and also the roof basket, the list just goes on and on. So let me know in the comment below what you think about this Inster Cross. I actually really like it because I like the Inster from the get-go, and this INSTER Cross comes with a style. Alright, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe CarSceneKorea. If you did, your #1 source of KTM, Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. So let's check out the light operation of this INSTER Cross. I don't think it's going to be any different, but we'll see. Brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, light off, auto, headlights on, brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, left turn, right turn, emergency light, lights off, brake on, brake off, brake on, brake off, left turn, right turn, emergency light. And let's check the front headlight operations and lights. And nothing, everything is turned off as you can see. Lights on, high beam, left turn, right turn, emergency light, lights off, left turn, right turn, emergency light, high beam, and high beam, left turn, right turn, emergency light.